Where is Litecoin and Bitcoin price headed? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everyone's having a good morning. We're going to discuss Litecoin and where I think the price might be headed, and then we're going to discuss Bitcoin and do the same right afterwards. So stick around.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anyone that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. With that being said, if you haven't already or you're new here, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. Also, tick the little notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. And give it a giant thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Helps the channel out a lot. And if you leave comments, that is good too. So, all right, let's get into the charts. Looking at the daily Litecoin, and we're going to look at the RSI on the daily and see where we're at. And as you can see, we're still following the rising wedge, and we've got support off it again. And yesterday when we had that drop, we dropped outside a little bit in the daily. But if you guys remember, I said as long as we close the daily above, we're fine, and it gets back in, and that's exactly what happened. For those of you that have been following along, we're going to look at the 4-hour RSI now. And as you can see, like I said, we would test the bottom of this symmetrical triangle. And if we pop back in, you know, then we would probably come back down, test it for support, and then come up. And that's, if you see there, we are getting back into the symmetrical triangle now in the 4-hour, which is a good sign, guys. And as always, you know, my opinion right now, and again, it's my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, but we have more upward movement to go, guys. And I do have my targets in, and I also do have the bearish scenario target. And I am going to, well, let's take a look at the RSI against that. If we bounce back in and we come to test the top of this triangle for support, I believe that's going to get us right up into the $50 range, which would be the top of this channel I've had drawn here. Now I'm going to go out real quick and show you guys why I have my targets in case you haven't been watching my channel. Excuse me. First, we're going to take a look at this. We're going to measure the bull flag here, and that's to this bull flag that we broke out of here. And that's what gets me the $56 range, which is also, if you look over, old resistance, old support. But last it was resistance. So we're going to be testing the resistance again. If we do break, continue up. Now, mind you guys, I'm not day trading every little move. I do more what you call swing trading, which is longer term trades. So, you know, this little stuff in here like yesterday doesn't bother me. It doesn't change my targets at all. So with that being said, now I'm going to show you the next target I got from the breakout over here. Measure the channel, and we break out of the channel. That's what got me the 65 or $64.50 to $65 range, which you can see is old resistance. And I believe, you know, that's going to be some really tough resistance right here. We do get up that high. And also I have the 60-50 range, which is old resistance right here, old support right here. That's where I come up with this one here, and I'll show you how I came up with that real quick, and then we're going to move on to Bitcoin. Well, I will show you the areas to watch too, that if we break through, you know, we could be going down to my lower target of the $35 range. So, but we're going to look at this top blue line right here, and that would be the top of this if it was, if we're looking at an Adam and an Eve, and then we would do a measured move from the neckline there to the bottom of the atom, and where we broke out initially, let's see, right about there. And that's what gets the $60 to $60.50 range. So that's how I got these 3 targets, guys, and I really do believe that we're going to continue up there before any chance of dropping below this channel. So with that being said, I am going to, let's go into the 1 hour real quick. Just take a quick look at what's going on in the 1 hour before I continue on to Bitcoin. And if we zoom in here, you'll see that this seems to be forming either a bull pennant, which will come out to be like a symmetrical triangle here, or a bull flag. And to do a measured move off of that, guys, we just measure the flagpole. And again, guys, I like to keep this simple. I don't use a lot of indicators and all that. I think it's a lot of noise when people make it to seem more difficult than it really is. But as you can see, that would bring us up to the 49 to 49.50 range, the breakout of this bull flag right here. So I'm going to make a target there too. And again, guys, that it doesn't mean we go down from there, but we're definitely going to get resistance from this area if we do make it up to this area and not go down to the lower areas I was talking about, which I will show you real quick, the measured move on that, to show you what would happen if we break bearish. And we would measure this bull flag here, or bear flag pull, and then go down to here, as if, you know, if this was a bear flag and we broke out of it here, the target would then be, you know, down in the $34 to $35 range. I don't see that being a problem unless we break through. I'm going to put a new support resistance line in for us right here. I'll move it up a little bit. So yeah, right here at the 42.50 range. If we were to break down through that, then we're looking at the next support line at the 41.24 area, and then the 39.61, and then ultimately the low of $34 to $35 range. But in my opinion, guys, we're going up first from here. I do see us going to test these targets in the near future. So let's get on to Bitcoin now. And again, guys, a reminder, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. Tick the little bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Also, if you would, give it a giant thumbs up and leave your comments, guys. I love to read your comments and let me know what you think of the video and what you think Litecoin and Bitcoin are doing. So looking at the symmetrical triangle that we've broken out of, came down, broke through, broke back up, tested for support, broke back down, and this to me, guys, looks like a stop hunt, because people that would have entered along here would have put their stops just below. Let me zoom in a little bit. Would have put their stops just below this wick here, which would be, you know, around the $3,700 range. And it looks like they came down, picked all those stop losses up, and continued up. And I do believe we do have more upside. And if you look, we bounced off the target, or the support I had at the 36.50 range. We hit that, got a nice bounce up off of it. Now, just so you guys know to watch that, if we do break down past that 36.50 range, then we're looking at the bearish scenario, which would bring us down to this target I have down here between the $32.50 to $3,300 range. But there is also a support right here at the 34.80 range. And that could very well catch us. We could come down, and that would also be lining up with the bottom of the symmetrical triangle. So keep an eye on that, guys. Keep an eye on the area right there. Like I said, the 36.50 range. If we drop below that, then we're looking at down towards the, you know, $34.50, $3,500 range. But again, guys, I don't see that happening. I think we're going to test these targets, and I'll show you what these targets are in a minute. We're going to go into the RSI. This is the daily RSI that I've had drawn, and as you can see, we tested the bottom here, got support, got support, and we're getting support again right now. And if you watch my video yesterday, I talked about the dip down, and that was the dip we had, that until the daily closed, you know, that doesn't mean anything. But once the daily closed, we closed back inside this, which kept us at support right on this rising wedge. So I do believe we're coming up to test another top up here, and I'm going to show you. Well, tell you what, let's look into the 4-hour. The 4-hour RSI, and then we'll look at the 4-hour price action. All right, so like I had said, we broke through the bottom of this triangle, and we're coming back up to test the top of this, I believe. And I believe that's going to be around the 30, let's see. I got to adjust this a little bit so I can see what's going on here. Yeah, so that would be right around the 38.65 range, 38.60 range, and I believe that'll be where we test the bottom of this rising wedge. And I do believe that we'll break through that, like we're breaking through the Litecoin one as we speak. So, and Litecoin and Bitcoin run so similar; they follow each other. Sometimes Litecoin leads, sometimes Bitcoin leads. So now I'm going to look at where we're at here. And if you remember yesterday, I had said this should hold as support, the top of the symmetrical triangle, which we did have the dip here, which, like I said over here, seemed to be a stop hunt for the people that had their stops down here, and then come right back up and make them buy in higher. So like I showed you in the RSI, we should be coming up to test this 38.60 range. And I do believe we're going to break through that, guys. And we're going to come up to retest this high up here. But I am going to put another, support and resistance line in here also. Right here at about the 39.50 range. As you can see, it was resistance, and resistance right there. Or I'm sorry, support right there, resistance, support, resistance. So that's a pretty important area that I believe will be coming. And if I look into the RSI again, that'll probably be the top of this right here once we break up through here. But now let's take a look at my targets here and how I got them. And it's the same way as in Litecoin, guys. Real simple. I like to show you guys, so hopefully if you're following along, you're learning to do this on your own. And go here to the, and then we put this flagpole to the breakout up here, and that's what gives me this target range right here at the 42.70 range, somewhere in there, which would be old resistance here, old resistance here. So that's what I'm looking at for that target. Now you see I have a higher target there. That target is measuring, well, let's do some measurements here. I'm going to show you the Adam and Eve that this could be right here first. And we would measure from the neckline, which goes across and touches all the points across here. So we'll measure that neckline, bring it up here to the neckline. And this is possible, guys. This is not a guarantee, but that's where I have this $52 range, which would be old support over here, become new resistance. And that would get us through the top of this falling wedge white line here. And then, you know, then I believe if we do get up here, we're going to have a correction down. But before we get there, guys, first we got to work through these resistance areas and get up to, you know, this area. And this 43.50 area is our old resistance right here. And that's going to be a big test area to see if we can break through this white line. But I do see us coming up to test the 42.50 area and the 43.50 area. at least the 4250 area, and then we kind of reevaluate from there, guys. But that's where we're at, what I'm seeing now. If we go into the 1 hour, we zoom in a little bit, kind of get a better picture of what's going on down here. And again, we'll do a measured move off of here. If this is forming a little bull flag to where we right there, and then to where we would break out if this is a little bull flag, and that would bring us right up to this 39.90 area. I'm gonna put a target in there because that's definitely an area to watch for heavy resistance, guys. As you can see to the left, it was resistance already once. Let's put that in here, and I'm gonna put a target on there just so we know what that price range is. And again, guys, these are not exact, but they do give us an idea where the market could be headed. So I do want to show you guys that. But as always, I'm still bullish right here. And like I said, guys, I swing trade. I'm not a day trader. And there is also the possibility that we have to look out for. And I got to throw this in there because it's, you know, we got to watch for both scenarios. Even though I am bullish here and I do see us making a move up, in my opinion, there's always the chance, remember, of going back down and testing this area here into the 3250 to 3350 range. But that's only if we break down past, first we got to break down past the top of the symmetrical triangle, which right now is right around the 3750 range. And then we would have to break down past the 3650 range. And that would confirm that we're probably going down to at least the 3480 range. But again, guys, I firmly believe that, in my opinion, we are moving up from here, and this will probably be the first tough resistance at the 39.85. Between the 39.50 and 39.85 area, we'll get some resistance in there, and then you know, once we get around that range, then we have to look and see where we might be headed from there. But I will show you. I don't think I showed you the 30, what was it? Yeah, I showed you this target up here, the 5250 range or 5200 range. But I don't think I showed you how I got the $5,000 range. So I'm going to go back into the 4 hour and just show you how I got that real quick. And it's as simple as measuring this symmetrical triangle here. Right here, and putting it up to the top of where he broke out, and that gets us to the $5,000 range, as you can see here. So that's where I got those targets, guys. Again, watch the top of the symmetrical triangle real close. If we break through that, then you watch for the 39.50 area again. That's about it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's a Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Click that, I'll get you subscribed. Tick the little notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. And please leave your comments and give it a giant thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.